This video is made possible by our supporters over on Patreon. Pledge today and receive all kinds of special perks. Link is in the description. And if you've ever wanted to own exclusive merchandise of mine, now you can! On the Tag 111 merchandise store on TeePublic. We have mugs, shirts, pillows, hoodies, and anything else you can shake a stick at. So hit the link in the description to go and get your tag related merch today.
What do you think of when somebody utters the term original character? Knowing my primary audience, the first thing we'd all probably jump to is a recolored Five Nights at Freddy's character. But let's go beyond that into something more specific. Maybe you think of a character like Wilford Wolfstache, a completely original persona created by Markiplier, featuring a personality that is unique to him, showcasing the wacky scenarios he finds himself in. Or maybe you think of someone along the lines of Randy Feltface, a puppet character that is also a comedian, played by an anonymous puppeteer but still a character separate from his creator. Or maybe you think of something simpler, like a personification of a character in a nice piece of art as a profile picture. Think Pymations, his character being hit in the back of a head with a fresh pie with himself looking alarmed, indicating chaos, which there sure is a lot to be found in his works. The Hottest Dog, a sentient cartoon hot dog with cartoonishly large hands and feet, with a nice pair of sunglasses and a mischievous grin, implying he's a chill guy with a hint of goofiness, such as can be found in his many animations. Or The Odd Ones Out, a chipper fellow with a simple design, cannonballing into a swimming pool on a wonderful sunny day. This character speaks, "Hey, we're all friends here, come on in and join the fun." All of these are instances of original characters, a personification of their creator's biggest strengths: comedy, entertainment, friendliness, and that's barely even scratching the surface. All of this correlates back to my OC, Tag. He's also an original character and personification of his creator. And what do the majority of creators end up doing when their OC is an animal with a personality? Well...
Hello everybody, Amazing Gamer 111 here, and welcome to this video. Tag, he's cute, he's funny, he's a silly little goober. And he is also the very lifeblood of the channel, the face. He's remained so for a little over 8 years now, and through those 8 years, he's been through a lot of changes. And that's why we're here today. We're going to be talking about all of his designs, from SFM to Toon, to how they ultimately all ended up leading me down a furry rabbit hole. Pause. Some of his history was actually pretty fun to look back on. I enjoyed revisiting plenty of fond memories. And then there were the other memories. So without any further delay, here it is. The Tag Furry Arc. Enjoy.
Our story begins in February of 2017. Five Nights at Freddy's was a massive franchise, with 5 games, a spin-off, and a movie deal with Warner Brothers under its belt since 2015, which I'm sure we wouldn't have to wait that much longer for. The series was at its peak, and I was a massive fan. I'd been attempting, emphasis on attempting, to run my own little YouTube channel, The Amazing Gamer 111. With a low quality photo of a stock Splinks poster taken from my Android phone as a profile picture. Yikes. The channel had been running for almost a year now, and with a few acquaintances under my belt who knew how to do animated stuff, I needed assistance to create the face for the channel. One of my few online friends at the time, B-Ben, formerly known as Steve Channel 1Gen, stepped in to lend a hand with the creation of an original character, because those were all the rage back then, and I wanted to be just like everyone else, which is really bad if you want to be a YouTuber. Being a super fan of Five Nights back then, I decided I wanted a Freddy Fazbear OC. B-Ben and I landed on the E-Models Freddy, and started working away. After posing, it was time to recolor him. Being a Thomas fan, of course, I chose the base colour to be a nice light blue, and as for the inside, a simple coat of red. Add a yellow texture to the bow tie and... kinda does look like Thomas in a way, doesn't it? I mean, you got the blue from his paint, the red from his stripes, and the yellow from his windows. Weird. But I was happy with it. On February 25th, I made a whole video announcing the character of the Amazing Gamer. It doesn't look like a lot, but little me was overjoyed to finally have an OC that he could call his own. Later in March of that year, during the lead up to my birthday, a close friend at the time, and still is to this day, Flint4K, decided to put together an early birthday poster for me. Little did I know that a simple mistake in models and texturing on his part would have such a huge effect on me. It was of his OC and mine in front of a camera, happy as ever. However, the model and colours were entirely different. The ear model's Freddy had been replaced with an early Ryan Fox Freddy model, and the light blue was changed to a dark blue. And looking at that poster before turning the camera on to record a video on it, I knew that this was the feel I had been going for. This was the amazing gamer. Beeben and I even liked it so much that when he made me a birthday poster, he would go on to use the Ryan Fox Freddy too, all with the same colours. All would remain like this as the year went on, along with Flint doing a whole Tag Generations video, with all the Freddy variants that existed at the time, with the amazing gamer's colours, now making his black hat yellow. This variant of the character stuck with all of us, and proved to be very friendly and approachable to everybody, and we were all happy. But then one day, it all changed, when Foxy became my favourite. Oh yeah, time we finally put this era to rest. Starting late May 2017, the time of Foxy Gamer 111 is a time of which we dare not speak in the present day, and the world would be a better place if it stayed that way. But it's part of the journey, so we gotta mention it. Yay! Not only would the beloved The Amazing Gamer OC undergo yet another change, but the entire channel would as well. Foxy at this point had become a fan favourite, and almost everyone I knew was making a Foxy OC. I, unfortunately, could not resist. How naive I was. My good friend at the time, Savannah the Fox, had Source Filmmaker and was willing to make me a quick OC after mentioning I wanted a Foxy OC so bad. Cringe, I know. Back to ear models with an unwithered Foxy, along with a pair of glasses and a headset hanging off his neck. And, that's it. Yeah. I didn't even wear glasses at the time. I never have. Why did I ask for glasses? Now a fox, we're stepping more into the common furry feel. Unintentionally, of course. This change was more so to do with the fact that, again, Foxy was my new favourite. How original. At the start of July, I finally got my hands on SFM, joining a friend's collab for The Experiment. And the world saw the new OC as well as the start of my animation career in action. Oh boy. Wait. Why does he have shades? Where'd the glasses go? Okay, I guess I changed my mind about the glasses. Come July, as I begin diving deeper into the pool of unoriginality, I for some reason got rid of the shades and headset altogether and only used one prop. A purple hat with a small green stripe. Only it was facing backwards and I never noticed. Little was I aware though that that same hat would be one of the strongest points of this evolution. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Later that month, the hat was gone and the headset and shades returned. Along came August and we ditched the shades and headset again and bring the hat back again? What the hell is going on here? We finally turned the hat around. Good. Fast forward to December and now everything is gone. That's just Foxy. What the fuck? Then the hat came back again days later in a Christmas special? Why do you keep trashing stuff and then bringing it back? You idiots! Make your mind up, damn it! What is wrong with you? Ugh. This era sucks. So just before the year's end, in a reaction video of all things, not only would my OC change again, but the name of Foxy Gamer 111 was no more, and the original channel name returned. The dark era was finally over. I finally noticed that a regular Foxy with little to no cosmetics was not a good look. It was horrendous, in fact. It didn't stand out at all. So, how did I fix that? Well, for one, the purple hat did look pretty snazzy, so I wanted to make sure that thing stuck around. And the idea of a British person wearing a top hat with the $sign on it was pretty funny to me. Why not? The model would remain the E-Model's unwithered Foxy, but would feature the colours of the second The Amazing Gamer variant. creating a superior...
Well, it's still an improvement.
Less content was made with him, but for the most part, this new version of the Amazing Gamer remained consistent with itself. People were happy with the new look. Jump to late March of 2018 and we saw him in fully animated action for the first time, which was a grand occasion as this was my first ever piece of animated content. This version of the avatar is short-lived, but it sure is memorable, as it was around during a very experimental time when things like Catching the Night Guard were worked on. Then, in August, a short would release.
I really messed up on those invitations. I feel just awful, Doc. I told Cranky I could get them printed for cheap, but that meant hiring some pony with no experience using a printing press. Oh, I wish there was a way I could go back in time and fix all this.
And here we go. Something tells me that the way I animated this, I knew that this new version of the character was going to be the big one. And sure enough, it was. Currently holding the record as the longest running variant of the Amazing Gamer, spanning up to 4 years. Wow. This version of him had all the same qualities as the previous, only instead of an E-Model's Unwithered Foxy, it was Austin the Bears. Already teased projects featuring the old variant would even be replaced with the new one. This guy was everywhere, from shorts to thumbnails to background cameos to updates to even being the OC that managed to make it into the tag movie promotion era. Lucky son of a gun. Outside of a small gacha series I made based on FNAF the Musical where my persona who looked like a human but also had qualities of a fox was made, nothing else would really change for a while. This guy was the best of the bunch, a friendly face, a part of what I'd call the best era of the channel thus far. One time I even had some of the OCs cross over in an Animaniacs short. A little treat for the OG fans. Heck, this design even became so iconic that for my birthday in 2020, my mum made me an actual hat that I could physically wear in the real world based on the character's hat in the animations. And you wanna know what's crazy? That hat originated from a Roblox cosmetic. Pretty wild, huh? During this era, I'd actually commissioned someone by the name of Bambi, formerly known as Funtime Wolfie XD, to do a simple art piece of my OC, who at this point was finally given the nickname of Tag to use as a profile picture for the channel, something that I obviously adored as that art still remains as the channel's PFP to this very day. Although there was one aspect that separates this variant of Tag from the rest. Well, besides the art style of course, and that is the fact that he's gotten a little softer around the edges. After the new and fluffy Tag PFP was set up, things remained steady for him for some time. That was until October 2020, when the world was introduced to...
Alright, this is my least favourite part of the game, guys. I fucking hate this part, and you'll understand why. The fucking depth perception is terrible.
Toon Tag. Wow, a fluffy version of my persona and a set of poorly drawn emotes custom made by me? We're really getting into the furry feel now. Toon Tag was my answer to a more expressive persona that was quickly available for stuff like update videos, reactions, and of course, gaming videos.
I'm not fat, I'm just big boned. Patient you must be, but you are fat. And that's coming from me. You gotta start coming if they don't stop coming. Right until the rules and hit the ground running. Then me says not to live for fun. The brain gets smart, but you make good stuff.
Who are you calling a furry?
Who are you calling a furry? Just because I like furry animals doesn't make me a furry.
Denial.
And yes, editing him was a pain. He sure was helpful at expressing my emotions though, not much to say on this guy. He got the job done doing what he was supposed to do. But even then, you can start to see less and less visible animatronic parts, less a machine, and more of a creature. We're moving away from the recolored FNAF OC roots, and getting closer to something more original. Oh yeah, and there was that one Ponytown variant of Tag in that one video. Yeah. Later in 2021 there was also an SFM short where Tag would converse with a female version of himself. This one just kinda came and went, her name being Taggette.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the goal was here. A good friend of mine, BG, was also working on their own game at the time, where I was slated to make an appearance as a shaman or wizard. All in full-on organic fox form, baby. Not a mechanical joint in sight. At this point in time, however, Toontag was starting to look pretty ugly against everything else about the channel that had evolved so much. So I sought out a new design for him. Contacting and commissioning Pukebone on Instagram for 8 unique facial expressions in May 2022, the newest and most recent version of Toontag was born just the next month in June, which is the version I'm sure everyone watching is familiar with. This version featured no connections to animatronic circuitry at all, and instead, Toontag became a full-on fluffy blue and red fox. He'd even go on to appear in gaming and reaction videos too. But not only would the 2D version of Tag get a glow up, but the SFM one would too, in October of that same year. Mackie created the model for this bad boy, and is the one I'm currently using in my animated content. This model featured some snazzy new additions to the design. First off, it's an actual original model, no longer a recolor. The shorts were all patched up, a black coat was added, and the hat was made thinner as to not look off-putting. Overall, this model is the bee's knees, and suits the character pretty darn well. Some honourable mentions here: 8-bit Tag, used in the intro for Tag Plays, the sprites of which were created by my good friend Annie, who based these sprites off of the ones from Super Mario Bros. And Boy Kisser Tag, only to make one appearance in a Mario Kart reaction video. I thought these two deserve some love. Over time, this era of Tag's evolution has gotten fuzzier and fuzzier, moving away from its Five Nights OC origins that just existed to fill a space on a profile picture, and sticking to being a very real character of his own, with the personality of an anthropomorphic fox. The idea of moving away from the FNAF roots entirely and engaging with the community far better known for its anthropomorphic animal characters never really came to mind, but in part 3 of my Five Nights at Freddy's LP, while talking about my upcoming trip to Comic-Con, I had this to say.
I'll probably just cosplay as, like, someone. I don't know. Maybe you'll find me amongst the furries. I don't know. I won't be dressed up as one, that's for sure. No way in hell. But, you know. Furries ain't all that bad. There's just the good... Like every side of a fandom, there's a good side and a bad side. And I'd rather stick to, you know, the good side.
Well, isn't that interesting? So, you may have noticed that throughout 2023, I wasn't very active online. Well, that's because I needed a break. 2022 was just okay, more of the same, and I wanted to get out into the real world for a while, have some time for myself. And luckily I didn't have to wait long for anything fun that I genuinely wanted to do outside the house to come along, because in April, the Mario movie dropped in theaters, and I went to see it 5 times. Yes, 5. Buckle up, folks. It's story time. On the 5th and final time I went to see the Mario movie, about 1 hour before the film screening, I walked into a small comic shop, browsed around, found some stuff that I liked but didn't buy it because I'm poor, and soon ended up chatting away with the staff who were quite welcoming and easygoing. Normally I get social anxiety just talking to the employees in the self-checkout area at a Tesco's, but talking to these people in particular just felt natural. With 10 minutes left until the Mario movie screening began, I left the comic shop and set off for the theatre, filled with a deep sense of belonging, something that I hadn't felt in a long, long time. They were nice, I thought. I'll go see them again after the movie. And so I did. They were happy to see me return. Casual talk ensued and we were happy, chilling. And then suddenly, 2 people walk into the shop. Little did I know how much one of these 2 people would change my life forever. Oh? Who's this you're talking about, Tag? I hear you asking. Maybe, I don't know, I'm inside the screen, I can't hear you. This someone goes by the name of... I'm gonna use their online name here just to be safe. Keto, also known on Instagram as Keto Furs. Keto and I hit our friendship off in probably the best way I've ever hit off a friendship with anybody. Shitting on Security Breach.
My opinions remain unchanged.
A few weeks go by and we met up a couple times at the shop. A nice friendship had been established, and after mentioning I wanted to try and see what all the fuss with Bluey was about at the time, we scheduled annual Bluey watch gatherings in the comic shop, and I loved it. I am now a massive Bluey fan. Muffin is a personal favourite. And through one of these meetings at the comic shop, Keita revealed to me that in one of the shop's rooms, there was a closet with a fursuit inside. Keita even let me try it on, footage of which can be viewed on my Instagram, make sure you follow. It was the first time I'd gotten to put on a fursuit, and I thought it was fun. I think you know where this is going. Tag has been evolving from machine to animal for years now, and with all the evidence piling up, plus that experience, I knew what I wanted for Tag next. And after my Comic-Con vlog from October, hugging a furry for the first time, there was no turning back. Tag was to be given a partial fursuit arrangement, and I was going to become a furry. And here we are. Things have changed between Keita and I. We're now in a loving relationship together, have been since January of 2024. I've really settled into the furry fandom, now attending MCM Comic-Cons and the majority of London fur meets in Tag, making TikToks every few days with Tag at home, be sure to follow me on TikTok as well, following and engaging with a plethora of talented furry creators on social media, and best of all, that sense of belonging from the first time I entered that comic shop has led me to these guys. My found family. I have finally found a place in which I truly know what it means to belong. And I honestly don't care if I get hate for doing any of this because I'm happy. Tag's journey as my persona, my original character, has been a bumpy one. From humble beginnings, to a pretty harsh downfall, to a return to form, to the Renaissance, to Fox from Robot, to a full-blown physical appearance, bringing along a massive community of fans, travelling opportunities, a bond with someone who I love dearly, and amazing people just like me who in such a short time I resonated with on deep and emotional levels, all in this 8-year-long journey. I would never, throughout the ups and downs of this little guy, have ever imagined doing all of this, going to all of these places, meeting all of these people. But this trip, this growth, is something that I will forever be grateful for and never forget.
We all change. When you think about it, we're all different people, all through our lives. And that's okay, that's good, you've got to keep moving. So long as you remember all the people that you used to be.
And it all got its start when a young, impressionable boy wanted a Freddy Fazbear OC for his tiny little YouTube channel. The world works in mysterious ways, doesn't it? Hey y'all, hope you guys enjoyed this little look back on Tag's history that led me to where I am today, a proud member of the furry fandom. Going into this, I'd forgotten just how much history my persona has. Tag's been through hell and back, hasn't he? Someone get him a cuppa. I realised that given this is my first furry video ever, it's gonna attract some new fans who are furries themselves, so to them I say, welcome! Glad to have you on board. Before signing off, I want to update you all on some projects. First off, Obese vs. Evil. Still working on this obviously, aiming for a 2025 August release. As of now, everything seems to be running smoothly with animation production. Not much else to say. Second, and here's the big one, Drones Gone Defective, the Murder Drones animated AU series. I am now planning to go fully animated with it. 1 out of 3 model commissions are complete at this time, everything outside of animation and the soundtrack is complete, and I'm in the middle of writing its 3rd chapter as we speak. Some test animations I did for the models are available on my TikTok, so if you want an idea of how the characters will look in the final product, check those out. I have created an account for the series on Twitter, @DGDseries, where there will be exclusive updates and teasers and promotional material when the time finally comes to get to work. So if you don't want to miss anything, be sure to give it a follow. Spreading the word of DGD in the meantime would mean the world. Let's build some hype. However, I don't want to start on animation for this series at all until Obese vs. Evil is finished. We don't want another FNAF World situation here. Well, on the topic of Murder Drones, I'd like to shout out my good friend Grumpy Ghost. They're also working on a Murder Drones series of their own. The Murder Drones Initiative. Ooh. I highly recommend subscribing should you want more Murder Drones content when the official series on Glitch ends after episode 8. I'd also like to shout out Ghoulin Fuchsia. I'm pretty sure I just butchered the hell out of that. And her Murder Drones fan episode, Intermission, a non-canonical episode that takes place between the events of episodes 4 and 5 of MD. This was in the works for a long time, and released on her channel June 27th. If you want to know more, go check her channel and fan episode out. It really shows how much character development the canon show has missed out on. My hat's off to you and your team, B. Well done indeed. I also want to mention my merch store and Patreon. Merchandise items for projects like Calamity and the Stormy Pursuit are currently available, as well as some tag-themed merch. The most recent additions to the mix are the tag mug and t-shirt, which is stuff I've had in my home for ages. I have no idea why it took me this long to release it as merchandise. And then there's Patreon. By supporting me there, you'll gain access to many exclusive perks, such as your name thanked in the description of every video, behind-the-scenes content, week early access to videos, Patreon exclusive videos, sneak peeks, and much more. If you're unable to support financially, then liking the video, subscribing, hitting the bell, and sharing the video would mean the world to me. Any level of support is highly appreciated. Links to the merch store and Patreon will be in the description. Well, that's all from me today, folks. Have a furry nice day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!